Hello and welcome guys. Sorry it's been a while since I posted anything. Let's get right back into it. With the addition of the Wildcard Season Pass, we now have weapon specific challenges, which is awesome. I can't wait to see which weapons line up next. I've currently got my progress to here. I focused very hard on beating the two hardest weapon challenges so I could understand them better and give you some helpful tips on how to beat each of them. So let's get started by first looking at the weapons we'll be talking about. The S686 shotgun, or double barrel, and the Tommy gun. Neither of these weapons are usually carried past the first few minutes of a game, as almost any AR is more versatile than these and will usually be of more practical use. That's the first point to understand. You will likely be fighting opponents who are armed with arguably much better weapons than you, so this becomes a game of tactics. Here is a handy time guide. You can skip ahead to the Tommy gun if you've already beaten the S686, or if you'd rather just focus on it first. Let's start with the S686, or double barrel shotgun. We'll begin by breaking down the weapon attachments. The S686 can accept attachments in two slots, one muzzle attachment and one stock attachment. The stock attachment is unique to the bullet loops. These increase reload speed, which I also tested for the sake of this patch in case there had been any hidden buffs or nerfs. The reload speed without bullet loops is 3 seconds. Reload speed with bullet loops is 2.66 seconds. This means you save 0.3 seconds in reload speed using the bullet loops. Not a big increase in my opinion, and very easy to live without. Secondly, we have the muzzle attachment. Despite the duckbill being a shotgun attachment, the S686 cannot accept it, which leaves only one other attachment, the choke. The choke reduces the spread of the pellets that come from the shotgun when fired. As a secondary test, I also lined up using the S686 with and without a choke, with hipfire, aiming, and ADS to see if there was any major differences. So let's look at the muzzle attachment, the choke. Here are the spread results, just to test how effective the choke would be. The green side shows the spread with a choke, while the red shows the spread without a choke. The results here are very clear cut that a choke will reduce the spread of the pellets, so if you can get a perfect shot in the center or head of your target at close range, it'll be lights out very quickly. From the test and in my experience, hipfire, aim, and ADS makes very little difference with this weapon. However, with a choke I was getting kills up to about 30 meters away despite it taking a good few attempts. And finally, some general tips for the S686. Number 1. Get close. This is obvious, but do not try and play sniper. Either creep up on your enemy or allow them to come to you. Number 2. Be quick, but more importantly be precise. You need these two blasts to connect, or else you'll likely end up getting melted by an M416 very quickly. Number 3. Use the environment. Sometimes a bush can offer an easy kill with this weapon, and that might be just what you need. Number 4. Use the weather too. It is very difficult to hear footsteps during a rainstorm, for example. Use this chance to sneak up on an enemy for an easy kill. Number 5. Do not try and go for the win unless you've already survived to here. Kills are more important. Of course, some challenges require a chicken dinner with an S686 kill, but you only need the kills. You don't need to carry the weapon till the end. Number 6. Consider switching between playing solo, duo, and squads. As your ranking goes up, you will likely encounter better players, and this will make getting kills using an S686 a lot tougher. And lastly, consider FPP and TPP, since in TPP you can see your enemy as they approach and get the sneaky kill. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but these are tips to help you, not set in stone methods that must be followed. That's it for the S686. I did honestly find this weapon to be the harder of the two, despite completing the Tommy gun first. Speaking of which, let's take a look at the Tommy gun. Check it out. A beautifully crafted submachine gun from 1918, yet very rarely used in PUBG. So let's have a look at what can help you complete the challenges that await. So let's begin with the attachments, and there's quite a few. Starting with magazines, the Tommy gun can accept every magazine attachment for SMGs. This includes the quick draw, extended, and extended quick draw. The extended and extended quick draw increase magazine size from 30 to 50 rounds, more than enough to dissolve an enemy into the ground. The other main factor is reload speed, so let's have a quick look. A regular reload takes 2.39 seconds. A quick draw reload takes 2.04 seconds. An extended reload takes 2.38 seconds. And an extended quick draw reload takes 2.38 seconds. This was very surprising. The extended quick draw does not have an empty reload advantage over the normal extended, and so it does not need to be as sought after. You can simply use a regular extended magazine instead with no issues. The question then becomes, does it have a half reload advantage? Let's check. A regular reload takes 2.36 seconds. A quick draw reload takes 1.64 seconds. An extended reload takes 2.39 seconds. And an extended quick draw takes 2.38 seconds. So now we've discovered something. The extended quick draw magazine is of absolutely no use to the Tommy gun whatsoever. It doesn't give any viable benefits over the extended mag. Simply use whichever you come across first with this newfound knowledge. But also don't forget that the Tommy gun has 30 rounds in a normal magazine. Using a quick draw might be the best method, as 30 rounds is more than enough to kill your enemy if you can hit those shots. Onto the grips. The Tommy gun can actually only equip one of the 6 foregrips in the game, the vertical grip. Of course, this reduces the vertical recoil kick when firing, but just how much? I guess we need to test it. Here's the spray test without attachments. This is the spray with a vertical grip. So it comes as no surprise that the vertical recoil is reduced quite a bit when using the grip versus no attachments. Of course, it would always be advisable to use the grip on the Tommy gun if you find one. It's worth noting there is considerably lower recoil in the first 8 or so rounds of the Tommy gun spray. For this reason, controlled bursts would keep your accuracy high and damage output to a maximum. This is even better with the vertical grip, of course. Which leaves us with the last attachment. The Tommy gun cannot accept a compensator, nor the flash hider. The only muzzle attachment it can take is the suppressor. I did have a long hard think as to whether it would be worth testing the recoil based on the suppressor as well, and ultimately, of course I did. This is a side-by-side comparison of a spray test with a suppressor and without. No other attachments were used, and it seems pretty clear that the suppressor has no effect on recoil. Although it does reduce the muzzle flash, making target tracking a lot easier and makes you less audible at range. On to the final tips for the Tommy gun, and some of the S686 ones repeat here. Number 1. Never forget that the Tommy gun has a semi-auto feature. You can tap an opponent at up to 100 meters since the Tommy gun is zeroed for that distance. If you could spot an enemy lying prone, you could get an easy kill to add to that challenge progress. Number 2. Remember the magazines. There is no need to swap out for an extended quick draw. It doesn't help in any way. The quick draw might just be the best bet for the fast reload times unless you really need another 20 rounds in the magazine. Number 3. The spray test showed there's a great amount of recoil control in the first 8 rounds or so. Because of this, consider spraying in short bursts to maintain accuracy. The Tommy gun will kick very hard otherwise, and you'll end up facing the sky. Other tips. Remember to keep switching between solo, duo, squad, and FPP or TPP. The environment and weather are extremely powerful tools at your disposal, so utilize them to your advantage. Perhaps the most important tip though, is to have fun and enjoy the game you're playing. If I've missed any other tips, leave them in the comments for everyone else to learn from. I'm really excited for the hope of new weapon challenges just around the corner. What weapons would you like to see challenges for next? That's it for this video guys, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.